The power to change one law. That's an unbelievable amount of power to change anything, really. Because, well, laws govern how society functions and on a more granular level, how we function and interact with each other. Changing one law could really mean changing how thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people, maybe even millions of people, how they interact and live their lives. Now, if it was to just change one law, I mean, there are so many different laws and policies. I'm sure the majority of which most people don't even know or yet to have heard of. I think one that resonates with me is housing. The housing market, particularly in Australia, is just terrible. Sky high rates means that people who want to rent are paying really high rental prices, and people who want to buy a house, whether for family or for more long term living, are just have to go really far from the city. And it's, I believe, all because of bad policy. Our policy really incentivizes people to continuously buy up housing to boost their portfolio or as an investment, whilst not building enough for the increasing number of people who are coming to Australia. This means that it means a capitalist society, which is really sad, right? The people who are rich are benefiting from these rising house prices and buying and snapping up more of these investments, and the people who truly need a property, who need a home to live in, who aren't earning enough to, I don't know, buy a house, they're getting kicked out further and further away from the city, and life just shouldn't be like that. I think a just and fair society is one where that level of discrepancy between the really rich and the really poor isn't that big, right? First of all, no one should be on the streets, homeless. And second of all, no one should need hundreds of houses, whether as accommodation, holiday homes or investments, right? One could argue that you could buy 100 holiday homes or homes and give it to the homeless, but let's be real, nobody's doing that. If someone were, that would be crazy. I mean, I want to be that type of person. Um, but the reality is, life isn't like that. The people who make and create these policies, they're usually quite well off already, and they're creating policies that they themselves can benefit from. So again, these policymakers, they might own a house, maybe multiple houses, and so there's zero incentive for them to flip it the other way and help out the needy, right? Because it means that suddenly their security, what they've invested in, will tank, and that sucks, right? What they're forgetting is that people will benefit, and people who are needy will benefit. And so again, changing laws are really difficult, and people need to be incentivized to do it, and they have major consequences. And I think the policy around housing, not just in Australia but across the wider world, I think could really benefit from some change and some good-heartedness, some altruistic behavior, and just looking out for those less fortunate than us. Yes, we live in a capitalist world, and capitalism, has its pros and cons. This is one of the big cons, and I think we can do much better as a society together.